Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Academy of Guitar. Stanley Williams speaking. This is video number 2 in our Cool Chords series. Today we're going to explore the A chord shape, the second shape in our series. And we're going to, a little bit later on, we're going to learn how to combine it with what we did in video number 1, which was the E chord. But right now we're going to focus on that A chord shape, and let's first take a look and see how we're going to put it together. We're going to have our 4 fingers, 1, 2, 3, and 4, playing on our 6 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Remember, skinny string number 1, fat string number 6. So we're going to start with our middle finger, our finger number 2, and we'll go to string number 4 on fret 2 to begin with. So string number 1, 2, 3, 4 on fret number 2. Now I'm going to take my third finger and I'm going to go to string number 3, fret number 2. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to take my fourth finger, my pinky, and I'm going to go to string number 2, also on fret number 2. 1, 2. A chord shape. Second finger, string 4, fret 2. Third finger, string 3, fret 2. Pinky, string 2, fret 2. Keep them tucked nice and tight. In this shape, we can strum either 5 strings or we can strum 6 strings. For the sake of simplicity, let's just strum all 6 on this shape. Our chord set, our fret set, is going to be fret number 2 to begin with, and we're going to strum it 4 times. Then I'm going to shift that up to fret number 4, so 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to simply shift it 1 more fret, maintaining the same shape the whole time. And then up to fret number 7, 5, 6, 7, once again maintaining the chord shape. And then when we're finished, we'll come back to the first shape at fret number 2. Once again, we can use the drag strum, or we can use the sweep strum. And we can use them in combination. Typically when we put them in combinations, we drag the first one and we strum or sweep the other 3, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we repeat this chord, we're going to just go from 2 to 4 to 5 to 7 with 4 strums each, and then we're going to go right straight back to the 2nd fret, and we're going to repeat the sequence. It should go just like this. That pretty much takes care of our A shape. Pretty simple, pretty straight ahead. The fun thing about this chord now is to be able to combine it with the chord that we did in our first video. In video number 1, we had talked about the E chord shape. So what we're going to do now is we're going to see if we can combine those 2 and see what we can come up with. So let me do just a very brief review on the E chord shape to bring you back up to speed, and then we'll talk about combining the E shape and the A shape. Back in video number 1, we talked about this shape where finger number 1 went to string number 3, fret number 1. Finger number 2 went to string number 5, fret number 2. Finger number 3 went to string number 4, fret number 2, and we strummed all 6 strings. The second shape, or the second location that we put this chord in, was fret number 8. So we go all the way up to fret number 8. Then we come back down to fret number 6. for those of you who remember what we did in video number 1, when we got to the 6th fret, we strummed the chord 8 times, and that set us up for a turnaround to either go back to the 1st fret of the E shape, or when we're ready to go to the A shape, that will also set us up to go back to the A shape. I'm going to do the first turnaround to go back to the E, then I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to take it on to the A chord, and we're going to see how those two sound together. So here's where we begin.
Hi, Vicky. That's Vicky, everybody. She's sexy.
That was Vicky, my computer. During my teaching days, Vicky keeps me on track every half an hour, actually every 15 minutes, because I go through, on average, about 16 people a day, and this keeps everybody on time. So,
Stanley's very good at turning her on, but not so good about turning her off.
I'm going to leave that one alone, Christopher. Okay, so whenever Vicky pops up her voice, just say, "Hi, Vicky," and she will not come to haunt you in her dreams. All right, let's try this again. Back to the E chord. Fret number 1 first. Fret number 8, 4 times. Then we're going to go to fret 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, turn around, ready for the first chord. 1, 2, 3, up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get 4 more. This time, I'm going to go to the A shape right away. 4. Now I'm going to go back to the E chord. Now I'm going to run through those two series of chords one more time, this time without all the jabbering, so you can hear how it sounds together. Yeah, Christopher's over there grinning at me. Here we go. Ready? Run that sequence all day long, and you can actually combine them with different combinations of frets and create some really interesting kind of patterns. I'm going to run just a couple of possible combinations. We're going to get into this in a lot more detail in an upcoming video. But what's this? We're going to go from fret 1 to fret 6 to fret 8 on the E shape, and then I'm going to move my A shape around in some different fret combinations, and I'm just going to call them out as I go. This is just to demonstrate that you're not locked into one thing, and there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of variety that can be had. And what I do is I encourage you to use your ears. Use what sounds good to you. If it sounds good, it's all right. And if you make a mistake, do not worry about it. Had a jazz professor once, he used to tell me, if you make a mistake, make it twice, everybody thinks it belongs. So don't worry about the errors. Combinations. Run a little bit of that without all the jabbering so you can kind of hear how it works. Don't worry about the fancy strumming patterns. We're going to approach that in an upcoming video as well. We're going to talk about rhythm and different ways to approach it. So that concludes our video number 2 for the Cool Chord series, the A shape. Coming up on the third video, video number 3, we're going to talk about the C chord shape, and we're going to add it to the other 2, and we're going to expand our chord progression even further on. Until then, thanks for joining us.